All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson may be edifying. We're living in some crazy, beautiful times. Crazy, beautiful times. Now, what do I mean by that? We are living in some crazy times because we see all the madness, lewdness, perverseness, all these different abominable things being pushed on the forefront. The masses of the people are in agreement with this ungodly behavior. Okay? And as the scriptures say, and as iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we are seeing this, right? We are living in the times. Why? Or not why, but we are seeing these things take place because we are at the end. So these are the crazy times we are living in. We see heavy judgment coming upon the earth, and there's going to be more judgment coming upon the earth, and it's much needed. Now, when we talk about the beautiful times, is we see the downfall of Esau, Edom. We know what? We know it's closer to the kingdom. As we continue to see these different prophecies come to pass, we know we are closer to the kingdom, because this is what we want. And I say we, I'm talking about the hopefully elect. This is what we want. We want the kingdom. We want to be able to live on the earth in peace, harmony, righteousness. Okay? We want to be able to drink clean, pure water, right? Breathe clean and pure, fresh air. Okay? Everything restored back to its natural state. We want to enjoy the earth in its fullness, our children in their fullness, our women in their fullness. You know, rest in its fullness. No more infirmities, no more sickness. Okay? No more racing with time. Because when you think about it, you know, I was just talking to the brother in the camp about this, bro, we're literally being oppressed with time here in Babylon the Great. And I watched this one dude did like an interview, or not like an interview, but he just did like a quick talk, and he was mentioning how, you know, you pay, I'm just going to throw these random numbers out there. You pay $1,200 for rent, $120 for light, maybe $80 of gas, water bill maybe, you know, just say $60, just throwing numbers out there. And you're barely ever home. You're barely ever home. You got to think, if you doing a job, you're on a job site, you're there for 8 hours, maybe, okay? Because a lot of people do 10, 12-hour shifts, okay? Now you think about the traveling time. If you're in a car, maybe take you, let's just say average an hour to get home. Let's say if you take the bus, right, which that is public authority or public transit, maybe 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. Okay, so majority of the time you're not even home, and you're paying $1,200 a month for a house that you're barely in. You know, that you don't even have a full 24 hours to even spend in there, for the most part. Okay, unless you got a day off or vacation and things of that sort. The point that I'm getting is we're paying all this money, but we're not even enjoying the things that we have to pay all this money for. You know, and I'm talking about, you know, Jake primarily. Now, we do know low-level Edomites got to deal with this BS as well, but you get the point of what I'm saying. We're paying all this money out, but we're not really able to enjoy these things, you know, as we should for how much it's worth. You know, now of course you're paying for your comfortability, your privacy, and things of that sort. But you get what I'm saying, okay? So in a society, we are being oppressed with time and many other things. Point being is, this is almost over. You know, and we can't wait. And there's many things I could have mentioned, but these are the things that just came to the top of my head on my spirit this morning. So I want to get this. The book of 2 Ezra chapter 2, Verse 4 says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, let's read this. It says, verse 22, it says, see, I want to get a point. Right? This is Esdras concerned about Israel. Let's start at 22. Then answered I and said, beseech thee, O Lord, let me have understanding. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen. And for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations. So this right here lets you know that the Lord has love for his people only, Israel. These are the people whom he love. And the rest of you nations, you are considered as ungodly people. It says, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations, and why the law of our forefather is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy. What will he do, or what will he then do unto his name, whereby we are called? Of these things I have asked. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Okay, so this is what we are seeing on this side, or at this moment, of how the world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Now the scriptures also say what? What is that? Book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And this is only talking about the elect. Okay, but the gross darkness is upon the whole world. Right? Not only just the 2/3, but the rest of these people. You see gross darkness covering these people. Do you see the way they carry themselves? They don't carry themselves in the way of the Lord. And now our people, they have the zeal of the Most High, but it's not according to knowledge, because they think that they doing right. And we even tell them that they're not doing right. But in their mind, they believe that they serving the Lord, but they're not. You see? No, these people are full of unrighteousness and infirmities. And guess what? They're going to be destroyed behind their wicked acts as well. So going back to 2nd Esdras, chapter 4. Verse 28, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And we are seeing the evil that is sown upon the earth, right? But guess what? These things are going to be uprooted. Okay, wickedness is going to be uprooted as it is already sown. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. And we know now this is talking about the kingdom. But we know what has to take place first. We know America, Babylon the Great has to be destroyed. So as we see the downfall, okay, and the collapse and the calamities and everything taking place upon the earth, we know that this is furthering, closer to our paradise. So this is why we don't get bent out of shit. Actually, we rejoice. I know I do. And I know brothers and sisters that's in the same spirit, feel the same way. We rejoice when we see, as we're seeing the collapse of America, Babylon the Great. We're rejoicing as we see upcoming inflation, hyperinflation, famine. The MOTB system being established. Nation rising up against nation. The talks of war, or not even just the talks of war, everything that's leading up, to World War III. We get excited about these things. But we know the end is not yet, as we see certain things take place, because we know certain other prophecies got to come to pass. But it still brings joy to us to know, yeah, okay, this is we're getting closer to going home. You see? So it says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it bring forth until the time of the threshing come? Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness of grain of evil seed have brought forth. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? Woo-hoo. Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? Then he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him, for thou hast much exceeded. Did not also the souls of the righteous ask questions of these in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? And into these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he had weighed the world in a balance. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Because everything is in its due season. So we know that, and as we measure things that's lined up by the scriptures, that we are waiting patiently, right? Waiting on different prophecies to take place until what? The certain things are fulfilled. Prophecies are fulfilled. Okay? Because everything is going in phases. But as we see, one thing after another, we can see. And we know that, yep, we almost there. So we got to continue to be patient. We got to continue to be patient. We got to continue to endure whatever that we're going through. All the hell, all the heartache, all the madness that we got to put up with out here. Hey, we got to continue to deal. But like I said before, look, we living in some crazy, beautiful times. Crazy because all the madness that's going on and the mist out here. But beautiful because we know that this is all about to end. This is all about to end. Lord willing, we go home soon. Shalom.